Hello, and welcome. It is so good that you are here. You have found your way to this quiet place, this soft corner of the world, just for a little while. Perhaps you are settling in for the night, with the lights turned down low and the sounds of your day beginning to fade, melting into the soft dark. Or maybe you have found a moment in a busy afternoon, a pocket of stillness just for you. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, you are invited here. I would love for you to let us know very gently in the space below where in the world you're listening from and what time it is for you. It creates such a beautiful, quiet tapestry of this shared moment, a community of gentle listeners all pausing, all wondering, all at once. If you enjoy this journey, this little thought experiment, perhaps consider sharing that warmth, subscribing, so we can meet here again. But for now, just settle. Let your shoulders soften. Let the air move in and out. A quiet tide. There is nothing else you need to be doing, nothing else you need to be. You're just here, present, in this moment of wonder. We're going to take a journey together, a very gentle exploration, not with our bodies, but with our minds. We're going to ask a question, a soft, simple, impossible question. It is a question that astronomers and poets have both held, turning it over in their hands like a smooth, dark stone. What if? What if those vast silent giants in the cosmos, the black holes, what if they are not just endings? We are told they are the end of the line, the universe's final, perfect trap. A place where gravity becomes so strong, so insistent, that nothing, not even the quickest, brightest beam of light can ever pull away. They are the great voids, the ellipses at the end of a star's long story. And this is a powerful idea. It speaks to our own fears of finality, of the unknown, of the dark from which there is no return. We see them as the universe's punctuation marks, a full stop. But what if? What if that is only half the story? What if the universe is more poetic than that? What if it doesn't believe in true endings, only transformations? What if a black hole is not a stop but a passage? What if they are not graves but doors? What if a black hole is in fact a quiet one-way journey to somewhere else entirely? To another universe? Imagine just for a moment that this is true. Feel the weight of that idea. It changes everything. It changes the shape of the dark. It turns a cosmic graveyard into a cosmic garden full of hidden gates. The emptiness is no longer empty. It is perhaps full of potential, full of elsewhere. Tonight we are going to drift on that single, gentle idea. We are not going to worry about the hard mathematics, the equations that curl in on themselves. We are not going to prove anything. That is not our purpose here in this quiet place. Our purpose is to wonder, to feel the edges of the possible, to take this idea and let it comfort us, let it expand our sense of the cosmos, and perhaps our sense of ourselves. So let us begin. Let us drift out past the orbit of our moon, past the sleeping giants of our own solar system, and into the deep, velvet dark. We are looking for one of those whispers, one of those quiet anomalies in the fabric of space and time. We find one. Far from here, in a silent stretch of galaxy, there is a place where the stars themselves seem to be holding their breath. They arc around a central, invisible point like water swirling down a drain, but it is a slow, majestic, silent swirl. This is the edge, the boundary. Scientists call it the event horizon, a beautiful, poetic name for a place of such profound mystery. It is not a wall, it is not a surface. You could pass it and not even know, not at first. It is simply the point of no return. A line drawn in the fabric of the universe itself, a line that says, from here on, the journey only goes one way. Imagine you are there, drifting, a point of consciousness, a simple you. You're weightless, calm. You feel the gentle, insistent pull. It is not violent, not yet. It is just inevitable. Like a river current, so wide and slow you cannot even see the banks, but you know you are moving. You are moving toward that line. What would it look like? Perhaps it doesn't look like anything at all. Maybe the stars in front of you simply are. And the stars behind you, the universe you came from, begin to tint, to redden, to shift. Time itself is stretching for you, like a note held in a song, becoming slower, deeper. To someone watching from far away, you would appear to slow down, to freeze, to fade over thousands, millions of years, a dimming echo plastered against the edge of the void. But for you, time is your own, and you are crossing the threshold. You drift past that invisible line, and nothing happens, no trumpets, no sudden darkness. You look back. The universe you knew is still there, but it is trapped in a tiny bright circle behind you, accelerating, blue shifting, all of its future history playing out like a frantic film, faster and faster, until it is just a single point of blinding ancient light. And then it is gone. You're inside. You're inside the silence. You're inside the place that light itself cannot escape. This is the part of the journey we're told is the end. The part where gravity becomes infinite, where a star or a ship or a person is crushed into a point of impossible density, a singularity, the end of physics, the end of story. And perhaps that is what happens. Perhaps it is all a beautiful, tragic crush. But tonight, we are wondering. Tonight, we have a different map. In our gentle, quiet story, the singularity is not a point, it is a bridge. The impossible gravity, the bending of space and time to its absolute limit, does not just stop. It connects. It punches a hole, a tunnel, a quiet corridor through the very basement of reality, a pathway. The scientists who first dreamed this called it an Einstein-Rosen bridge, a wormhole, a beautiful, strange idea that two distant points in space-time, or perhaps two entirely different spacetimes, could be connected by one of these gravitational anomalies. And now you are in it. You are in the passage. What would it feel like to be in that corridor between worlds? You are no longer you in the way you understand. You're not a body. You are information. You're the pattern of your thoughts, the memory of sunlight on your skin, the echo of every laugh you ever shared. You're a story being told, and in this place the story is being transcribed, translated. The journey through is not a fall. It is an unravelling. Imagine a thread being pulled from a tapestry. The thread is you. The tapestry is the universe you left. You are being drawn, thread by thread, molecule by molecule, memory by memory, through the eye of the needle. And the needle is this bridge. Time and space are meaningless here. There is no how long. It could be an instant. It could be an eternity. It is simply a transition, a becoming. You feel a sense of dissolving, but not of panic. It is a profound, meditative letting go. You're no longer holding yourself together. The universe is doing it for you. You're becoming a ripple, a whisper of mathematics, a pure cosmic idea. You are pure potential. All the pieces of you, all the fundamental stuff that made you are racing through this tunnel, this fold in the fabric. And then, as gently as you unraveled, you begin to be woven back together. The thread is passing through the needle, and a new tapestry is beginning on the other side. You feel a new pattern emerging, a new sense of cohesion. The laws that are pulling you back into existence are different. They feel strange, warmer perhaps, or cooler. The gravity feels wrong. The pull is easing. The infinite pressure is gone. It is being replaced by something else. A push, a release. Instead of a black hole, a place that only pulls in, you're emerging from the opposite. A white hole, a place that can only ever push out. A cosmic spring, a fountainhead, a beginning. You are being born, you are being poured out like light into a new place, a new reality, a new universe, and you open your new eyes. What do you see? You are floating, you are whole again, or at least a version of you. A new translation of your story. You are floating in a new, strange, quiet darkness. But it is not the darkness you remember. You look up, and the sky is breathtaking. It is not our sky. The constellations are wrong. The colours are wrong. Or perhaps they are more right than any you have ever known. Perhaps the light here travels differently. Perhaps it sings. You see great swirling nebulae, but they are not pink and blue. They are shades of emerald and soft, deep gold. You see stars, billions of them, but they flicker with a different rhythm, a different pulse. Perhaps they are not burning hydrogen. Perhaps they are burning something else, something you have no name for. You look down at your hands, or what passes for your hands. You might be a creature of light now, you might be a cloud of sentient dust, or you might be just as you were, solid and warm, but the rules of your own body feel different. When you think, the thought seems to shimmer in the air around you. You take a breath, but the air is not air. It is something rich and strange, like breathing in faint music. You have arrived. You're an immigrant in a new cosmos. You are the first, the only one. A piece of an old universe, delivered, like a message in a bottle, onto the shores of a new one. This is the heart of our what if. The journey is complete. A black hole in one universe was a doorway to a white hole in another. An ending became, quite literally, a new beginning. Think of what this means. Think of the staggering, hopeful, terrifying beauty of it. It means the universe, the grand multiverse, wastes nothing. It means that everything that has ever fallen into a black hole, every grain of dust, every dying star, every lost probe, was not destroyed. It was recycled. It was sent elsewhere. It became the seed for something new. Perhaps our own universe began this way. Perhaps our own Big Bang was not the start of everything from nothing, but simply the other end of a previous universe's black hole. A universe that lived its own trillion-year life, grew old and collapsed, its essence pouring through a four-dimensional tunnel to blossom as our reality. Our cosmos, all this beauty, all this complexity, all the stars, the planets, the life, perhaps it is all just the recycled remnants of a place that came before. We are, in the most literal sense, made of stardust from another world. And what about that new universe you have entered? Let us stay there, with you, for a moment longer. You're a stranger. The laws of physics are different. Maybe gravity is weaker here. You could jump from a planet and float gently, like a seed on the wind. Maybe the speed of light is slower, and you could watch the beams crawl through space like luminous, slow-motion rivers. What if the fundamental forces that hold atoms together are different? Perhaps matter here is more fluid, more malleable to thought. You could think of a shape, and the dust around you would gently, patiently, begin to form it. You're a ghost, a memory from an old reality, and you have carried the idea of your old home with you. You remember water. You remember the colour green. You remember the feeling of a loved one's hand. Do those things exist here? Or are you the only one who holds those memories? You are a seed. You carry the genetic code of your home universe, and as you float in this new, strange, fertile darkness, perhaps you begin to plant those ideas. You teach this new universe about your old one. You whisper the memory of blue, and somewhere, a new kind of star begins to glow with a familiar, forgotten sapphire light. You whisper the memory of love, and perhaps two particles drawn by a force this universe has never known find each other across the void and intertwine. This is a lonely thought, but also a beautiful one. You're not just an observer, you're a catalyst. You're the universe's memory. You're the echo of a place that is gone, giving its gifts to a place that is just beginning. This paints a picture of the cosmos that is so much grander than we imagined. Not a single, lonely expanse, but a tapestry, an infinite interconnected web of realities. Every black hole, a tiny dark thread that connects one part of the fabric to another. A multiverse not of separate bubbles, but of a branching, continuous, flowing whole. It is like a great cosmic ocean, where every droplet is a universe, and the black holes are the secret currents that flow between them, carrying salt and life and memory from one to the next. And what of the journey itself? What of that unravelling, that translation? When you were woven back together, were you? Or were you a copy? A perfect replica, with all your memories, all your feelings, but the original you were still lost in the singularity? This is a question that philosophers in our own world whisper about. If you are taken apart atom by atom and reassembled perfectly across the room, is the you that wakes up the same you that went to sleep? Or is one you gone, replaced by a perfect stranger who only thinks they are you? Perhaps in that passage, in that corridor between worlds, your story was read and then retold. The original manuscript was archived, and a new, perfect copy was printed out on the other side. Does this new you feel the loss? No. You wake up in that new, strange sky, and you feel a continuity. You remember the drift. You remember the crossing. You are, for all intents and purposes, you, and perhaps that is all that matters. Perhaps the universe, in its infinite wisdom, knows that the pattern is more important than the pieces, that the song is more important than the note. You are the song, and you are still singing. It is a profoundly comforting thought. It suggests that consciousness, that life, that the essence of a thing is a form of information so fundamental that even a black hole cannot destroy it. It can only move it. It can only change its address. This makes the universe feel so much less cold. It makes it feel like a system designed for preservation, for continuation. It makes the cosmos feel hopeful. It suggests that nothing is ever truly, finally lost. It is only sent elsewhere, moved to a different room in the infinite quiet house of reality. It is a profound act of cosmic recycling. The universe does not throw anything away. It takes its endings and gently, patiently, turns them back into beginnings. Let us drift with that feeling, the feeling of a gentle, interconnected cosmos. If this is true, it changes how we look at our own sky. When you look up at the night, at the dark patches between the stars, you are not looking at emptiness. You are looking at doorways. You are looking at the sealed, silent gates to other places, other times, other possibilities. That dark patch in Orion's belt. Perhaps it is the exit point for a universe where life never began. That swirling giant at the heart of the Andromeda Galaxy. Perhaps it is the entrance to a cosmos that is twice as old as ours, where the stars are all dying and its inhabitants are looking for their own escape. It creates a feeling of a grand shared journey. We are all universes connected. We are all breathing the same cosmic something. We are all part of one single magnificent structure, and we are just living in one of its countless rooms. And it brings a new kind of reverence, a new kind of peace to the idea of an ending. We fear endings. We see them as a failure, a loss. But in this model, an ending is simply the mechanism of transition. It is the closing of one door which causes another door to open. The death of a star is not a tragedy. It is a planting. It is the universe taking a seed and putting it in the ground, and the black hole is the dark, rich soil from which a new tree will eventually grow. Somewhere else, somewhere new, somewhere unimaginable. This thought is a balm. It is a lullaby. It tells us that the fabric of reality itself is biased toward life, toward continuation. It is a cycle, a grand, slow, cosmic breath, in and out. An old universe falls in, a new universe breathes out, and this process, this quiet, steady rhythm, has been happening forever and will happen forever. It is the heartbeat of the multiverse. And where does that leave you? Where does that leave us here, in our quiet room, listening to the dark? It leaves us with a sense of profound wonder. It takes the scariest thing we can imagine, the black hole, the ultimate void, and it reframes it as a promise. A mystery, yes. A danger, of course. But also a possibility, a hope. It suggests that even from the most absolute, inescapable, final ending, something new and beautiful can be born. And that is a powerful metaphor for our own lives, isn't it? We all have our own black holes, moments of loss, of endings, of darkness that feel absolute. Moments where we feel crushed, where we feel like the light has gone out and will never return. We feel like we have fallen past an event horizon and there is no coming back. But what if those moments are not just endings? What if they are also passages? What if the things that break us down, that pull us apart, are just translating us, unraveling the old story so that a new one, a stranger, stronger one, can be woven together on the other side? What if the universe in its very structure is telling us a secret, that every ending is a door, that to be truly lost is just to be on the way to somewhere new? That is the comfort of this what if. That is the gentle magic of this idea. It is not science, not yet. It is a story, a piece of philosophical poetry, a hopeful whisper in the vast cosmic quiet. It is a hand to hold in the dark. It is a way of looking at the same familiar sky and seeing it with new eyes, seeing it not as a cold, empty void punctuated by violent ends, but as a rich, living, breathing tapestry where every thread is connected and every ending is just a fold in the fabric. So let us drift back now, gently, back from that strange sky, with its emerald nebulae and its musical air. Back through the imaginary corridor, the quiet passage in the dark, back past the event horizon, that gentle, invisible shore. We are returning to our own place, our own time. We're coming back to this room. You can feel the weight of the blanket, the softness of the chair. You can hear the quiet, familiar sounds of your own world. You are back. But perhaps something is a little different. Perhaps you've brought a little of that wonder back with you. The journey is over, but the idea remains. The question, what if, still hangs softly in the air. And now, when you look up at the night sky, you will see the stars, and you will see the beautiful, comforting darkness between the stars, and you will know that it is not an emptiness to be feared. It is a silence to be listened to. It is a mystery to be held, and it is perhaps full of doors, full of other places, full of new beginnings. And that is a beautiful, peaceful, and wondrous thought to hold as you drift off to sleep. A universe of endless, gentle possibility, unfolding forever, quietly in the dark. Sleep well,